test the new Wally lights installed. Let's see how bright it is. Here's the switch. Nice. All right. All right. Looks good. It's really nice. It's a bit big, but it's fine. This used to be there, and till I suddenly decided to upgrade. So from a flat 3 LED light bar into a Wally. One thing I like about the Wally light is that it's bright, but it's not offensive bright. The light is bright enough. It's very handy for riders who go on tour, just like me, likes to go on adventure. Sometimes you're going to be caught on the road late at night and can get very, very dark, and that's very helpful. Now, it's also comes in handy for daily commuting. Now, one thing you have to remember, guys, and one thing I really have to stress out when it comes to lights or modifications, right? It's good. What you want to do is that you want people, other drivers, to see you, but not get annoyed by you. Okay, out of courtesy. Come on, you have to be very smart in how you do it. Okay, so I have my lights. They're pointed downwards. There you go. So their lights going down. All right. So it's still bright. Vehicles in front of me can still see me, and at the same time, they're not being blinded or offended by the light itself. Let's check it out. So I'm gonna turn the lights on, see what happens. See, it's bright, but not offensive, right? See the lights, it hits. It's lower side, not the higher side. It's pointing low, not pointing high, right? The point of having a auxiliary light, again, it's not to show off. It does make your bike look pretty, but you're not supposed to use it to show off. It's for your safety. It's one. Especially, again, if you like to go around, go out for rides, night rides like I do, It's very, very handy, and it's good. I think it's very handy. Another feature is that it's really safe. People, cars in front of you, they would see that you're there, and that comes really, really important, because some cars may have tendencies of overlooking you, but with that bright light, it catches their attention. Now this comes handy when cars would actually swerve or make sudden movements, right? Cars now, it's normal for them to do that, make sudden turns or sudden swerves to the left or swerving to the right. It's normal for them to do that. They probably have a good reason for doing it too. So what's important is that they know you're there, all right? So they'll be more cautious. Now, of course, that doesn't take out the fact that you can be reckless, but you have to be cautious as well. Always be a defensive driver. There you go. As a driver myself, I prefer seeing what's behind me. Now, you might be asking me, why do I need bright lights, or why does the car in front of me need to know that I'm at the back? Right? For non-riders, sometimes cars, SUVs or larger vehicles like trucks, they tend to oversee or not actually notice that there's a motorcycle behind them, and that can be dangerous for the cyclists. Some would argue that another way of avoiding swerving cars is having loud pipes. Alright, here's my take on loud pipes. They're okay if you're gonna use it on a track, but if you're gonna use it on a neighborhood, I mean, if you're just usually driving in the neighborhood, I wouldn't recommend. I find it, now this is my opinion about loudspeakers. I find it, I think the better word for that is socially unresponsible. Yeah, because for one, it's really noisy. I mean, you're not the only one who enjoys your motorcycle. A lot of people don't enjoy that noise. Yeah, it kind of bothers people. I personally get bothered with it. I mean, you know, like but you don't need that noise. I mean, if you're in the racetrack, yeah, go for the racetrack, go for loud pipes if you need that. But on the street, no. I mean, it's a good. A lot of people say it's safe because people will hear you. Yeah, and what about people don't really hear you? I mean, seeing you is easier, because once they see it, they notice you, and that's the end of it. But hearing you all throughout traffic, I don't know. I don't agree with that. Yeah. You guys ever been on the other end of a loud pipe before? It's just there. It's so freaking annoying. It's not good. It's socially responsible. Yeah. But hey, if you want to put loud pipes, think about it. I mean, you're bothering people. You sound so annoying. And don't people without pipes get tired of the noise they make. Like you're stuck in traffic. It's like all the way. Not a big fan of loud pipes, right? Nope. Yeah. Now, arguably, so I would say that when it comes to motorcycle safety, well, of course, there's common sense, really. I mean, not just because you have loud pipes, you can simply overtake other vehicles, which is really, really wrong. Right? There's a right way of overtaking vehicles, and there's the wrong way. Now, you having loud pipes doesn't give you the excuse of simply overtaking every vehicle you're gonna see. Same with me having bright lights, which is pointed downwards. All right. a bit downwards anyway. Well, that doesn't give me the right to simply overtake every vehicle that I'm gonna see. Alright, so it's very, very important that you are responsible. You know, you become a defensive driver. You have to understand when you should overtake and when not to overtake. That's for your safety, for other people's safety as well. Alright, now I have to apologize. I haven't been making very much videos lately. It's been a busy month. June's rainy season. May and June, or technically is the start of the rainy season here in the Philippines. And haven't been out on rides. I haven't taken my baby out to any ride yet, nor have been hanging out with groups and clubs. And also, it's the start of the school year, so I got kids getting into school, and it's been a very hectic or very tough week, right? Alright, there you go.